Oh, there's nothing worse, is there? It's a sweltering hot day, you crank up your mini split, and you get hit with warm air. Ugh, but hey, don't sweat it. In this explainer, we're going to walk you through some really simple steps to figure out what's going on and hopefully get that cool air flowing again.
Yeah, you can hear it running, but it's just not doing its one job, cooling the room. It's a super frustrating problem, but you know what? It's also really common. And the best part is, a lot of the time, you can figure it out, and maybe even fix it all by yourself. So let's just dive right in.
Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, before you touch a single thing, let's start with the absolute easiest check. Your mini split might actually be trying to tell you exactly what's wrong.
And this is so true. Modern units are pretty smart. They've got these built-in diagnostic systems, and when something's off, they'll often flash an error code or a light right on the display. It's literally your #1 clue, pointing you in the right direction from the get-go.
And these codes aren't just random letters and numbers, they're super specific. For instance, you might see an E1 pop up. For a lot of models, that means there's a communication breakdown between the unit inside your house and the one outside. A quick Google search for your specific brand and that error code, man, that can save you a world of headache.
All right, so what if there's no error code? Don't worry, that's totally fine. That just means we move on to the next step. Let's look at 3 super easy fixes that you can try right now, and they only take a few minutes.
Okay, we're going to tackle the big 3. First, the remote settings. You'd be surprised how often this is the issue. Second, we'll check the air filters. And third, we're going to take a look at the outdoor unit. I know, they sound almost too simple, but trust me, these 3 things are responsible for so many service calls.
So let's break this down. First up, the remote. If the unit's blowing air but it's not cold, grab that remote. Is it actually on cool mode? You're looking for that little snowflake icon. Simple, right? Next, what if the airflow feels really weak, or you see something crazy like ice building up on the indoor unit? That is almost always a sign of dirty air filters. Think about it. If the filter's clogged, it chokes the system. It can't pull in enough warm air, and those super cold coils inside just freeze over. And finally, if the whole system just seems sluggish, take a walk outside. Your outdoor unit needs to breathe. If it's covered in leaves or you have stuff piled up against it, it can't get rid of heat properly. Give it at least 2 feet of clear space all around.
Okay, so you've checked the settings, you've cleaned the filters, the outdoor unit is clear, and it's still blowing warm air. This is the point where we need to talk about when to put down the tools and pick up the phone. Knowing your limits is super important here.
Look, here's the deal. If those simple checks didn't do the trick, the problem is almost certainly something internal. And that's when you really have to stop. Poking around inside the unit can cause way more damage to the AC and, more importantly, to you. It's just not worth the risk. It's time to call a pro.
So what kind of things are we talking about? Well, things like low refrigerant, which means there's a leak. Or those frozen coils we mentioned, if cleaning the filter didn't fix it, it could be a bad compressor, a sensor that's gone haywire, or something electrical. These are all things that require special tools and training. Definitely not a weekend project. Let's talk about refrigerant for a second, because this is a big one. A lot of people think an AC unit is like a car, where you just top up the fluids. That's not how it works at all. A mini split is a sealed system. So if it's low on refrigerant, it doesn't mean it got used up. It means there is a leak, period. And a technician can't just add more. They have to find and repair that leak first.
So, when the technician does show up, it's helpful to know a little bit about what they're looking at. Let's do a super quick breakdown of the 2 main parts of your system. This will help you follow along with what they're saying.
Okay, you've got 2 main players here. The indoor unit, that's the part on your wall. Its job is pretty simple. Blow the air around the room. It's also where you'll find those all-important filters that you need to keep clean. Then you have the outdoor unit. This is the real workhorse, the heart of the system. It's got the compressor inside, and its whole job is to take all the heat from inside your house and dump it outside. And that's why it needs all that space to breathe. All right, let's wrap this up with the key things to remember. First, always start with the simple stuff. Error codes, remote settings, filters, and making sure the outdoor unit is clear. Second, ice is a big red flag. If you see it, turn the system off and let it melt. It's telling you something bigger is wrong. Third, and most importantly, safety first. If you hear hissing or suspect an electrical issue, back away. And finally, know when to throw in the towel and call for help. Anything beyond those basic checks is a job for a pro.
So now you're armed with some great troubleshooting knowledge. But let's take it a step further. Instead of just fixing problems, how about we prevent them?
Thinking ahead to next season, what's one simple thing you can put on your calendar right now to keep your system in top shape? Just something to think about. Thanks for sticking with me.